On this episode of the Pit Therapy Podcast, we talk about grunge music, and then we take a real weird turn and talk about aliens with the new movie that Tom DeLonge is releasing. Thanks for jumping on, and let's open this pit up.
Somebody hit somebody!
All right, what's up, everyone? Thanks for jumping on to this episode of the Pit Therapy Podcast. I'm Kyle. I'm here with Trevor.
What's up?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm doing good. Finally feeling a little bit back to normal and tried to go golfing yesterday. My hips still hurt, but besides that, good to go.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
My kids had 2 doubleheaders. Well, they both had doubleheaders for soccer this weekend, but I'm coaching my youngest girls' soccer team. It's crazy how intense these parents are. I think we've talked about this before, but she's 5.
Yeah.
We have kids on the team that have just turned 3 because it's like a pre-K soccer league. It's just for kids to go out and run, right? Like, they're not doing anything. There are parents literally yelling at their kids that like just turned 3 years old for not going out there and playing. And I'm just like, let it go.
That's
They've
insane.
like just learn to walk. Chill.
That's insane. But why are they doing double headers for 5-year-olds?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. And it's the first week, so kids were not having it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My daughter, my middle child is currently playing, and there was sprinklers that were broken on her field. So there was 2 giant mud pits in the middle of her soccer field. My daughter could have cared less about the ball and was just
play in the mud,
sprinting through the water every chance she got. So I was yelling at her to go after the ball too, but it was because I was like, I don't want you sopping wet getting into my car.
Yeah.
Like, so.
What music you been listening to lately? Any new albums or anything?
I'd have to go back through. I don't think anything new. I went back and got onto a kick of I've been back into pop punk pretty heavily after doing that race and stuff like that. I just all came flooding back. And so went and listened to a bunch of Old Neck Deep, listened to a bunch of the Wonder Years, which you're going to in a couple days, right?
Yeah.
So nothing new though. I've got to get better at listening to new stuff. I really do. I'm so bad at it.
There's good music out there. So Magnitude just dropped their new album, so people should go check that out. I also forgot the Just Friends. Have you ever listened to them?
Yeah, I have.
They're cool. I like Just Friends and like Mom Jeans because the guy plays in both of them.
Oh yeah,
but they're both fun listens. So you should check that out and stuff. But yeah, so I'm hitting up No Bragging Rights tomorrow. They're playing with a band out of Colorado called Mouth for War. They're giving me faith that metalcore can return to like its roots because their album that they had a couple years ago and their new song are really good.
It's so good. It's going to be cool. They weren't on our show here in Salt Lake, so I'm excited to see some video you take from that and seeing those guys live because they look fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them. Let's see who they were also playing with. A couple local bands down here. I can't remember what they were called. I think one of them's called Current Comfort. And then I can't remember what the last one is called, but they're both like local Texas bands. I think one of them's from Austin. The other one's from Dallas.
Light the Fire is the other one.
Yeah.
So
they seem,
I listened to both of them. I thought they were fine. Yeah.
I think Light the Fire will be all right. I mean, they're kind of in that area of metalcore that I'm kind of tired of, that has like a little bit of the like digital overlay type stuff, but Current Comfort seemed kind of cool. They seem,
yeah, I think it'll be a cool show. Like I said, I'm excited to see your videos that you send through, and it'll be interesting to see how big the show is for you guys, having 2 locals and then 2 touring bands.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
I mean, we're a bigger city too than Salt Lake, so I would hope that more people would come out. But
this is like an offshoot of their like tour that they're on though. They're kind of weird shows. So they like booked these 6 shows. There was like Salt Lake, they did Dallas, I think they did another Texas show, Cali. They did a few that were just kind of offshoots of their regular tour because they've been on tour with Mugshot, with Mouth for War, and was it Your Spirit Dies? Is that who was on that show?
I actually have no idea.
Or on that tour? Anyways, they're coming to the end of that And so this is just kind of wrapping up. So it'll be interesting to see if Not Being Billed is kind of a national tour show, if that keeps the crowd down.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It's at a new venue. I haven't been to this one yet in the Metroplex, so looking forward to that. And then I think Furnace Fest starts up this weekend, doesn't it? Or is it next weekend?
I guess technically it would be this weekend, huh? This coming weekend, the
Yeah.
23rd and 24th,
Yeah.
22nd,
So
23rd, 24th. Yeah. So
I'm
that'll
pretty
be
bummed.
cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty bummed we're not out there, but maybe next year.
Maybe next year. It'll be fun to it's always fun watching these festivals and their videos that they put out, and the quality of videos coming out are just so good these days.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to watch a lot of the old bands coming back. Case the Day's on there. It Dies Today just dropped a new single.
Right. So
And
that
so that'll be pretty sick.
like Plea for Purging is playing.
Please playing. Yeah.
There were a couple other that were just like With Blood Comes Cleansing is playing.
I know. Like
Just a
some of
couple
these
cool
bands
bands you don't see, you haven't seen in like a real long time. But it's like a pretty crazy mixed bill too, though, because you have like Bane, and then you also have like May,
yeah.
and so it's like this. And I think Anne Berlin is playing. But next year, dude, honestly, man, we should try and head out because
Yeah. It'd be way sick.
it'll be sick.
Yeah.
So, what else? What else have you seen around the scene and stuff lately?
Oh man. Okay. There's a band coming through right now. I don't want to go after the band specifically, but whoever their fans are just straight trash. Alpha Wolf. Have you been seeing these videos of Alpha Wolf and what's been going on with these guys?
No, but I feel like there's this like group of poser metalcore. Honestly, dude,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
like
It's
it's
so
like Alpha
bad.
Wolf, Spirit Box, like Bad Omens, like
Yeah.
that whole group of like fake metalcore, dude. I am not surprised at any of the crap going on with their fans. But what did you see?
Okay. So the first one that happened out in Kentucky, again, not trying to call anyone out, this crowd sucked. Like they freaking spread the pit, open it up, they give the whole rundown for doing a wall of death, count it down, start to headbang, and no one moves. Just a wide open pit, no one doing it. And that's the thing, like you would at least think if there's a wide open pit, someone would run through swinging or something,
Right.
right? What? No one in the entire building moves, and there's this giant empty square. Like, at least walk into the middle and stand there and like watch in the middle or
Yeah,
something,
I just
you
got
know?
and stood there.
Exactly, like a
Yeah.
better area. But yeah, so that was terrible. And then a few days later, I don't know where this one was posted, but there's a clip of people like ballroom dancing to some of their breakdowns. And I'm just sitting there, I'm thinking, like, I do not want to be associated with this type of people. Like, it is
Yeah.
just such a bad look. And maybe it's just like you said, maybe it's this new wave of metalcore, Alpha Wolves, Bad Omens. You threw Spirit Box in there. You know, Courtney actually fronted I Wrestle a Bear once for a period of time and things like
They
that.
were way better.
They were way better, right? So, like, I give Spirit Box a little bit benefit
It's
of the
all
doubt.
it's all just like dad rock now.
Yeah, agreed with that.
I mean, it's like it's metalcore for people that can't hang with real metalcore anymore.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's super frustrating. I've been reading a ton of threads about people complaining about like this Bad Omens tour because I think they're on tour right now with Landmarks. Maybe it's not. No, counter. That's a different tour. They're on with. Oh shoot! It just escaped my brain. So it's Bad Omens. It's Icy Stars, and it's one other band. But everyone, I guess, like nobody is doing anything for like any of the bands, like Icy Stars and the other band that's playing with them. Everyone's just standing there, like nobody moshes, nobody crowd surfs, no one does anything. And I guess there's like all these people that are throwing huge fits for someone to try to like sneak past them to like get up closer, or and like people are getting mad and like arguing and complaining and like saying crap to them. And it's like, have you never been to a concert before?
for just like pushing back to pass to get up front.
Yeah, like you're just trying,
Oh my
like you're just
gosh.
moving front, like it's like this isn't. We always make the joke about how Paramore is always like, well, this isn't a terror concert, but on the flip side, like, I mean, bands like Bad Omens, they break down and stuff. Like, you're not supposed to just stand there. Like, I don't like push pits, but that's better than no pit, you know? And
Yeah.
all these people just like think they're going to a Paramore concert now where you're just going to like stand there and there's going to be no movement or anything. I'm sure what's happening is all these kids that don't understand what a metalcore concert's like, somebody starts moving a little bit and then, there's beef and people start, someone pushes back and then someone throws a punch, it's been like that since the dawn of time.
Listen, everyone's on TikTok, everyone's on Twitter. At this point, go Google the band you're going to see, look at some of their shows, and learn what to expect.
Pre-COVID. Look at shows pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, correct.
Yeah.
And learn what to expect. If
Well,
you
and I
can't
guess,
do that, then don't go.
I guess the other problem with this Bad Omens tour is that like people were booing the other bands and were like yelling at them because they didn't want to listen to them play.
That's annoying.
I know. And it's like, I mean, they're on a tour together, which means they're probably friends. Right. So it's like you're booing someone that the band that you're there to see supports and is trying to help out too. And it's just like, I don't know. It's classless, man. These kids just don't understand. And I'll tell you what, man, if I'm at like, I'm not going to go to a show. Like, I'm not going to go see Alpha Wolf. Right. But if I see ballroom dancing at any of the shows I'm going to, you're going to see some spin kicks into some people that aren't expecting it.
I just like, I can't even think of a band where like that would happen. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I was shocked. I was shocked to see that happening. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, I know we talked about some creativity in the pit, but like, nah, that's not what we're talking about. That's the pendulum has swung way too far to the other side. So
yeah, exactly. But then, to be totally fair, I saw a lot of videos this week of kids throwing way freaking hard, like beyond just like crowd killing and stuff like that, back to just swinging heavy, swinging hard in the pit and stuff like that. And it was like, yeah, like that's what I'm looking for. I like that. So, I think there's a fine balance happening right now.
One thing that I did read this week was that the Pearl Jam's guitarist, Mike, what's his last name?
Mike Jam?
Mike McCready, I think, is writing a rock opera about grunge years. So my two questions are, one, is it worth it writing it about the grunge years? Because what was that, like 3 years? And two, what is a rock opera and why?
So answering question number 2 first. Billy Armstrong from Green Day did a rock opera about American Idiot. They did that. It's basically just a musical using punk music instead.
Is
right?
That just music though? Like
they do I think they do more. Like it's almost like a play. Like, so it's a lot of music and stuff like that, but it's a play essentially, is my understanding. I could be completely off, but basically my understanding of what you're going to get from Pearl Jam is dude sitting there doing drugs and playing Pearl Jam in the back. Like, what are we going to get here? Like, it'd be interesting to see what he comes up with, but it's going to be a lot of drugs and a lot of grunge music. Like, there's not much involved with it.
Well, I don't feel like out of the like grand scheme of like music that grunge was that long of a time period.
I don't think it was that long, but it held some pretty heavy weight. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
There's the 4 or 5 major grunge bands. Like Pearl Jam's huge, which obviously is why this guy's doing it. Nirvana was massive. Alice in Chains. Like some of these guys, like the scene was huge. It really was. And so he's got a lot of material to pull from.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's probably all the same.
I mean, okay, I guess. All right. So I guess one, if you're like that serious enough about grunge music, means that you're older, and a rock opera probably fits the bill right now.
Probably. Yeah.
The only people that are going to go see a rock a rock opera about grunge music are is like that very niche generation of people that were huge grunge fans. But I just thought it was interesting. It's like I would rather just watch Pearl Jam play than go listen to some crappy rock opera about Pearl Jam. Like we're just doing the wrong. Like it's that thing from Jurassic Park where it's like everybody always asked how and nobody asked why. Like that's how I feel about this rock opera about
Sure.
grunge music. It's like we don't need to know how to do it. We should be asking why. Like just play a concert. That's what people want to see.
I'll be honest, I think it's trying to capitalize on what's going on in like the current fashion trends and stuff like that.
So grunge has hit a point where it's selling out. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And this was like the most comical thing to me that I found like looking up some of this stuff. Because we were going to talk about, I saw your question there about doing grunge rock opera. And so I started looking into grunge and I found a website just kind of going over grunge aesthetics. And it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. So it says the aesthetic for grunge was about how like thrifting is becoming more relevant and it's all about anti-consumerism. And then the very first thing it says, now to look grunge, here are our top picks. And the first one is $110 flannel shirt. And you're just talking about anti-consumerism and thrifting. Like the irony, and right there is your sellout.
Yeah. It's like
If
that scene in Wayne's World where they're like talking about how they're not corporate sellouts and they're like doing all the product placement,
yeah,
like
yep, exactly.
yeah, that's what they're doing with this.
Exactly. So, if we want to quickly just go over it, the grunge aesthetic, you had the flannel shirts, the really baggy jeans,
Like long, gross hair.
long gross hair, really tight choker necklaces. Like it's a lot of kids are wearing it today. You know what I mean? It's coming back. My
Hmm.
sister's wearing baggy shirts and stuff like that, and she's like 25. So like it's coming
Interesting.
back. But I was going to ask in thinking about this, so we know what grunge looks like. What are hallmarks of other scenes? Cuz like the one that I'm thinking right now, we talked about this before, but early metalcore doing like the black button-up shirts with the thick sideburns
Yeah.
and like the gelled faux hawk out the front.
Like
like
you can just go look at like the fashion style of the singer or the lead guy from a Static Lullaby, and there it is.
yes. Yeah,
100%.
exactly. So like what were some of like the crazy aesthetics that like we can think of as it pertained to maybe our scene or just other scenes in general? Like I think like to rap and like everyone wants to like make a statement, right? They want to make a fashion statement. Crisscross, it was a crisscross who wore his pants backwards.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like what are some other like just
What
like
was the guy that would wear the big clock?
Flavor
Flava Flav,
Flav?
yeah. Seriously. Yeah, I mean, you look at like the guys from like Agnostic Front that had like the bandana with the like wife beater and the
And
is
that
that
was
the
like
politically
a
correct? Is that the politically correct term for those now?
probably not.
Is there a better term for those? Anyways,
Thin white tank top that you can see your nipples through.
yeah, the white tank top for men with aggression problems and camo shorts. That was like
Yeah.
the '90s hardcore straight edge look.
Yep. Yep. We
We've
had
talked
that.
about the like, the guys in the black hoodie with the shorts and the Pumas.
Yeah.
And then like punk, I guess you have like the chain, like the chain things on like your wallet and
Yeah.
stuff, and the chains with like military boots. And here's one though, battle jackets. You see a lot of battle jackets these days,
Battle
like
jackets.
studded jackets. Like a jean vest,
Oh,
like a jean vest with
like
studs and
the
stuff.
true like punk
Like
with
a
like the
true,
patches
yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
You know, I've seen a few around, but they're like leaning into the punk, right? So most often, like they've got colored hair, most it's like spiked up and things like that, and they have the combat boots and the whole
Yeah.
get up. So they fully lean into the like punk aesthetic. But the weird one that I was thinking of too, so you had the emo hair that was like Davey Havoc, right? Like the bangs pulled down across the
Yeah.
one eye and everything like that. And then you had taking it a step farther, original Escape the Fate with Ronnie Raddick, he almost did like Flock a Seagull, like teasing the back of his hair, like
Yeah.
kind of coming up and around. So it's like the scene from the Wedding Singer with Adam
Oh yeah.
Sandler, and he's like getting on the plane. He's like, "You like a flock of seagull?" It's like,
Yeah.
"No, but I can see you do." Like it's like that. So now let me ask you, and I'm gonna make fun of you a little bit, but what scenes did you try to dress the part for?
Man, I don't know. I feel like I got pretty heavy in the like jerseys, like wearing like basketball jerseys
Did you?
to shows. I
Okay.
think I did have a pair of Pumas, but most of the shows I would go to were just like basketball shorts and a jersey with Pumas.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't ever remember getting super into like crazy tight pants and stuff. Did you?
No, I don't really remember that, but you definitely black hair with the
Yeah.
bleach bangs. You
Yep.
definitely leaned into
Did
the
did those myself. Didn't turn out. So
you did that a few times. I'll
yeah.
be honest, I wanted to dye my hair black. My mom wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
So I've got long blonde hair instead. Kept
Your
it
hair like actually grows pretty well when it's long though. I don't feel like mine
yeah.
ever did. So
No?
no. I
Got a
don't know, but then
little
I got
helmet
sick of
head.
it. Yeah. I got tired of it though, and I always had a buzzed head though.
Yeah, you
And it
did a
wasn't
lot.
it wasn't because I was like actually trying to have the straight edge look. It was just I was
Well,
cheap
you
and
you also played sports. So there's basketball and stuff that you do. You cut it down for that, and then when we played
I mean,
lacrosse, it was probably more comfortable.
no. It was just because
No,
I was cheap and didn't want to get a haircut. So we just went over to our friend's house and I just buzzed it.
that works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cheap, but I go the opposite way. I just let it grow. I
Yeah.
just
Well,
don't cut it.
I clearly can't do that. So
You could. It'd be a good look. Get a nice skullet going.
that guy from what's that old guy from The Simpsons? It's like bald on top and he like does a
Yeah,
ponytail in the back.
the
Yeah.
comic book guy.
Maybe I'll maybe I'll start. I'm not old enough to rock that. I'm not like gray enough in the hair to rock that yet. So
Oh, dude, that'd be a dope look.
but it is kind of funny that like all these genres and we all talk about like the uniqueness of the scenes that we're in, but we're all the same. Like we all dress the same. We all try to do the same. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of funny that like when you think of grunge, everyone that's ever been into grunge music has looked the same.
Yeah, yeah.
But you ask them and they act like they're all this unique outside of the box type person. And it's like, not really.
Oh man. No, and the thing is, like, once you start looking on like a larger scale outside of like maybe your small group, because if you think about it, we had a group of 10 friends
Sure.
roughly in our, but then you start thinking, okay, well, I've got 10 friends here, but then there's the state, then there's the nation, then there's the world. And it's like, okay, well, now there's a million of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not unique. You're not special.
No.
Like, let's be honest.
Yeah. I like our aesthetic. So I mean tomorrow I'm just wearing like a pair of cargo shorts that zip up so I can put my wallet in there and crap so I don't lose it
Yep.
when I jump off stage. And I actually do have a pair of like indoor soccer shoes which look a lot like Pumas, so I haven't moved on from that yet, but they're just good shoes
They're
to kick in,
comfortable. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
comfortable.
And then I got this cool Taylor Swift shirt that says on the back, I brought a knife to a gunfight, and on the front, it's like an X with like TSHC on it. So I'm totally rocking that tomorrow, dude.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
So
I thought it was interesting just the different hallmarks and like thinking back on just the absolute ridiculousness.
yeah. Well, I did read a thread online, and people talk about this, right? And it's kind of funny because, like, I skim Reddit every now and then, and like on the punk subreddit, everyone's always giving each other crap because everyone gets on there and says, "Hey, is this punk? Does this look punk?" And it's funny because like everyone wants to look punk, but then everyone in the punk scene makes fun of them for wanting to look punk, even though they all look punk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, does that make sense? Like,
Yes.
it's kind of funny because it's like it's not cool to conform, and yet in reality, you do all conform, but you all make fun of
Right.
each other for conforming. Another thing I wanted to just ask you real quick. We don't have to spend a ton of time on it because if you haven't seen it, then we don't need to. But Tom DeLonge, have you seen the trailer for his movie that he's making?
No.
So you know how he's like a huge alien
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So he's got a movie coming out called To the Stars.
Which is also the name of his company.
Yeah, it's about like UFOs and alien abductions. Like his dad gets abducted or something in the movie.
Oh, really?
It's not like a documentary or like a serious. It's like an actual legit like
Okay.
science fiction movie.
But like, is it like a comedy or like it's supposed to like legitimately be serious?
I don't think it's supposed to legitimately be serious. Like I think there are, but I've only seen the trailer, right? And I've read a little bit about it. He talks a lot about like adding his comedy and stuff in there, but watching the trailer, it didn't like I didn't see anything funny in the trailer. It actually looked kind of cool.
Like
Like
we're talking like Dawn of the Dead or Shaun of the Dead here, or somewhere in between.
somewhere in between
Okay.
is my understanding. Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be a little more serious than Shaun of the Dead. Well, I don't know. Again, I just saw the trailer,
Okay.
but it just cracked me up because I'm like, this is wild that this dude's out here like making movies about aliens.
Well,
So
did you see the alien bodies that Mexico put on
yeah.
display?
Well, so those have been debunked since like 2021.
Oh, that wasn't like just like this last month. Why are they
No, yeah, no.
Oh,
So the Mexican government just let some yahoos go in and present that. It's not real. It's been
in front
debunked
of
for
like
like 2 years. Yeah.
all of their Senate
Yeah.
members.
And I lived in Mexico for 2 years, and let me just say I'm not surprised at all. So no, those mummies have been debunked in like for like 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
So
So you've seen those before. I was gonna
yep.
say they basically looked like the original version of what I would have expected like a Yoda mock-up to look like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were so bad.
No, I think that, and I could be wrong here, but I think that the skull is actually like an animal skull that they had cut the front part off and turned around.
Oh, interesting. And then drilled some
So
eye holes in.
yeah, no,
Interesting.
they've been debunked. Go read about it. Here's the other thing too, dude. And honestly, like I'll be shocked if we don't ever like actually really get into this stuff on this pod. Like I know we're focused around music, but you and I are pretty weird people, and we like
Yes.
this stuff. I don't know what it would take for me to believe. Like I want to believe. I do think there's life on other planets. But until I see a spaceship land and an alien get off, I don't know that I'm going to believe it. If you show me fake, like, or just show me mummies, I'm not going to believe it. It's too easy to
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah. I agree with that. I do think that we probably have some documented evidence of things coming around to us and things like that. I'm not saying we have bodies in freezers, but I think we have documented evidence of whether it's video footage, whether it's radar, whether it's just some sort of recordings.
so,
But
so I
um,
think we have documented evidence of stuff we can't explain. Does that mean aliens? I don't know.
yes,
No, but you don't know.
unequivocally, yes. If we don't know it's alien,
Not always.
isn't that the
Not
definition
always.
of alien?
Well, yeah,
Something
but
you just don't
no,
know?
but these aren't aliens. They're talking about UFOs, which a UFO or a UAP is just something that's unidentified. Somebody on Instagram put it the best way. You could be walking outside and someone could launch a dildo in the air and you don't know what it is, but and it smacks you in the face. That's a UAP. It's an unidentified object, right?
All right, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, just because we don't know what it is doesn't mean aliens. Someone else might know what it is. Someone else might have made it. I'm just saying, but that's my whole point is until like something has landed. Because here's the other thing, all right, and you're gonna get me all worked up over this because I've thought a lot about this. And in our defense, on the first episode where we talked about these like midweek ones, I warned you guys that when this floodgate gets open, man, it's a lot of water coming down. If aliens were here, why haven't they shown themselves? Like, what are they hiding?
Because humans suck, man.
Okay, then come and enslave us. Like, you're telling me out of the thousands of years that we have, or quote unquote, thousands of years we have recorded of aliens, if you think of like the ancient, the aliens guy, the ancient alien stuff, thousands of years of this stuff documented. Not one bad alien has shown up and murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah, dude. The entire world got wiped out. That's why no one knows.
See,
Come on, man.
Because what's look,
Listen to Joe Rogan. He explains it all. He
if
is the UFO expert,
yeah,
apparently.
I don't believe that either. That dude smoked way too much weed to know up from down. But I just think that like if our race here on Earth went to another planet and found a lower intelligent life form, what's the first thing we would do? Like, let's be honest. What would they do?
Well,
We'd
no,
enslave them.
absolutely.
We would enslave them.
Sure.
So you're telling me that these guys that can travel across space, that there's not somebody that's like, yeah, let's go enslave humans. They're dumb. I don't believe it. Like, I don't believe that hasn't happened yet. Maybe it has and we just don't know. Maybe that's why everything sucks.
Well, listen, we have lizard people in the government. Obviously,
True.
that's why Biden is still kicking instead of died. No, we're not going down political rabbit holes, but lizard people are real. So
not until I see him. I'm just saying.
listen, I like Tom DeLonge. I think that his stuff is super interesting that he's doing. The dude is crazy. Legitimately crazy.
Which is why I think this movie is going to be good.
Yeah. And he writes some good music.
Exactly.
So I will support Tom. This I feel like this upcoming band one's gonna be fun. I thought the last one was fun, and I think that's gonna be a good time. So we're gonna be talking more about aesthetics.
Yeah.
Because this band's heavily laid in the aesthetic of the band. So it'll be fun.
It'll be interesting to talk about the history of that type of aesthetic too, because there were bands that did it before him, you know?
Yep. I'm curious. I'm curious at where you fall with all of it. So
yeah.
Precursor. And everyone here is like, just drop the band name. Shut up.
Left on a cliffhanger.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
All right, man.
Peace.
Okay. See you.